Welcome
We back
to another episode.
of Lifestyle and Lemons.
That's right.
We're your hosts.
Rio and Keita, Clubhouse, Kentucky. And we're about to jump into this next topic.
Hey y'all, happy 2020.
2022.
I ain't even drunk yet. 2022.
All right.
Alright, so we back and we happy to see y'all. Our subject today is going to be about being clear and concise about what you want from your mate as a couple in the LS.
Yeah, so we're gonna jump on this thing about these couples and try to give some good pointers and ideas and things to make this LS just go smoothly.
So you want me to give the backstory on why we're talking about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, I done had a couple of conversations, like 3 or 4 conversations with people about when they are become couples in the lifestyle. They meet people in the lifestyle, and they are one way. When they meet each other, they meet at these events or they meet in the inboxes and at these parties, and they one way. And then when they start to try to become a couple, folks want to change the scenario on what they initially agreed on.
Yeah.
And so what we're saying is it's okay to renegotiate your contract, but you have to be clear on what exactly it is that you want.
Right.
And when I say clear, I want to get into the level of details of it's almost embarrassing to talk about details, because the type of situations that we're in, we need to have a clear understanding of what's going to bother your mate and what's not.
Right.
So for example, he and I are dating. We met in the LS. He's like he is and I'm like I am. But then all of a sudden I get in my feelings and I start to love him, and I get upset when I see him kissing a girl while they're playing. But before we were in a relationship, it was okay. Now let's be clear, it's okay to renegotiate, but you all have to be on the same page with that, and you all have to get to the finite details of what's going to bother
you. Yeah. And kissing is a little intimate, so I can lightweight understand, somebody getting upset, with the whole kissing thing, because that is intimate.
So I don't even want to give you all my opinion on anything. What I want to try to get across is, if you all are a couple, and of course everybody has that talk about if we're going to play with other people. Are we going to do it together? Are we going to do it separately? Can you go on your own way? Can I go on my own way? Or do we always have to be in the same room? That's perfect. However, the level of detail I'm talking about is when we get in this room to play, Rio, if this guy nuts all on my face, will that bother you? And I don't want you to answer. That's the level of details you all need to have conversations about. Such things as, I'm a big flirt. So if we're at a party together and I'm chinning and grinning and flirting with somebody and you're standing 5 feet from me, will that bother you?
Right.
Those are the conversations you need to have with your mate to understand what will bother them and what won't.
Yeah,
because
that conversation needs to take place way before you buy your tickets.
Way before you go anywhere together.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be at a party arguing about, well, why would you put your toes in her mouth? I thought that was our thing.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that level of conversation, you won't know.
True.
And truthfully, that's probably how he got you. Y'all at a party, y'all playing, stuck your toes in his mouth, and you love it. You're like, oh, I like him.
I don't know who that guy is, but hey, to each his own.
But does it bother you now that he's your mate and he wants to continue to do that with other people?
Yeah.
Those are the conversations that you all need to have. Is it okay for me to have anal with somebody else? Am I okay with you giving somebody else anal? These are the conversations that people fail to have, which causes issues and arguments.
Right.
Because they are under the assumption that their mate knows them and they know what they want. But until you open your mouth and say, hey, this is what I like and I still want to do this, and you don't say that to your mate out loud, then there's a problem when it happens at a party and they weren't expecting it. They feel blindsided.
Yes.
Another piece of this is, okay, you no longer want to do that because you done got in your feelings about this man, he's your man and all of that. However,
time to renegotiate the contract.
It's time to renegotiate the contract. And if you all are not on the same page about the renegotiation, then there's a problem. Because if he continues to say, I don't want no rules, ain't no negotiation. And I'm saying, but baby, I love you now, and I don't want you to lick everybody's booty. Then there's a problem. Then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Now, y'all gonna have to learn how to compromise, because everybody needs to understand that everything's not gonna be their way, too.
Yeah.
What else?
I mean, that's pretty much covers everything. That was good. That was really nice. Very detailed, too.
Yeah, we just trying to be here to help y'all negotiate some of these paths through the lifestyle to make it an enjoyable experience for everyone.
Yeah.
And then ladies, I'm gonna say this to the ladies. We are quick to revert back to our vanilla feelings and mentality about men. When we get into a relationship, we start feeling them.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair to the men that you're with, because he met you one way, he met you in the LS, he met you, you was like, oh, I don't put my feelings in, and that's not possible. But you know, you're like, oh, I don't care about you having the threesome without me. I don't care about you going off on a party without me. But once you start feeling him and get emotions involved with him, you want to flip the switch, and it's not fair.
Right.
Now again, that's where your negotiations of the contract come in. But be prepared for that man to say, well, I like you as you are. This is why I was attracted to you.
Mm-hmm.
I like our relationship as it is, and that doesn't mean I don't have feelings for you.
Right.
I'm not developing deeper feelings for you, but I still like what we're doing.
And
Be prepared for that.
it's all about communication. That's the number one key. If you get that communication before you guys get there, or wherever it is you're going, then boom, you got it. But you got to communicate with each other. You got to let each other know what's going on. And, you know, before you decide to indulge with other couples, or whether you're doing a threesome, orgy, or whatever it is, just talk about it. And I know it's, like she said, it's embarrassing to talk about sometimes, but just talk about it.
Yeah, you know, it's like, baby, you know how I like that thing you do when you put your toe in my booty?
Right.
You know, ask your mate, is it okay for somebody else to do that?
I don't know what's going on now, but we definitely gonna have to talk about it. I don't know what happened. But anyway,
my point is,
what you guys out there doing, man?
My point is,
Who done been with you? I gotta find out what's going on out here, man.
My point is,
But,
don't expect people to change because your feelings are involved.
Right.
Yes, you may have some guys that you want to move around a little bit, but don't come out and just find out no longer want to do things because you're in love. Is my whole point. Negotiate your contracts, and negotiation means everybody gives and takes. It's not that, oh, I want this, so let's change it. It's let's negotiate, let's talk about it. But like I said, get to the conversations that are almost embarrassing. Yeah, you don't always get embarrassed when they do it with you, but sometimes it's embarrassing to talk about.
Embarrassing to talk about.
You know, so if you're in a place where you feel like you like somebody and you want to be in a relationship with them, even if it's embarrassing to you to talk about stuff, you should be able to do that because you're doing it with them. So talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your feelings get involved. You get bottled up and you get to a party and go off and you be arguing at a party.
Right.
Because we're going to escort you out.
That's it.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
We out of here. So, yeah, just, you know, try to keep in mind that you can't change midstream. And if you do, be prepared for that person to say, well, you're not who I was initially with, and they may want to back out of your situation.
Right.
Especially women. And I'm saying it from being a woman, but especially women. We get in our feelings and we get caught up, and it gets to the point where we're like, well, I don't want him to do that anymore. Or he can't play with her.
And the same thing, vice versa. You know.
So that's pretty much it. We back. We missed y'all.
Yeah, we back in business.
We got some things coming for y'all for 2022, and we are gonna have a good time. We're gonna do some new things, and we're just gonna have a ball this year.
Signing out, Rio and Keita Clubhouse, Kentucky.
Hey,
Peace.
there we go.